The video gonna be about Tyler Perry, whose manager was unalived over the weekend, in an unfortunate plane crash, and his name was Steve Minchie. He was 62. But in the meantime, in between time, people took to the social media outlets to call him a sellout because he did not have a black representative to his company. And the reason why some people come after him is because he made a big deal of saying how what she had to go through to get a studio, and then to come to find out he didn't have anyone black running it. That's why people come after him. And people thinking of Tyler, he always catches a rap based on his presentations of his films and how he's doing. But then this looks like he just didn't want to hire anybody and give him a chance. And that is one of the problems that we find and we face. You know, when people get that bag and get that lifestyle, they tend not to hire people who look like us. And then you wonder why people say, well, who's running the business? Now, how do I feel when I hear about black entertainers or athletes referred to as sellouts? Everybody that's in the entertainment industry is a sellout because you're dependent on a certain amount of money and obviously commercial appeal to get what you're trying to get. It's a business at the end of the day. And I say that to say this. There's a difference between, because you do sell yourself out for the top dollar. And if you happen to be a conglomerate that you can work with a conglomerate and your commercial viability and they anoint you in commercials and all the other perks, that's just part of the game. The thing that makes you a sellout, there's two different types of selling out. There's selling it out where you're working in a corporate environment, because that's part of the game. Everybody works in a corporate environment. You're selling out for bigger assets, etc. There's a sellout aspect where you somehow forget who you are. And then you think because they put a couple of dollars on you or they give you a token award or something, you start bopping your head and you think they love you. And you go out of your way to get on stage at an Oscars and start crying and sniffing because they give you a token Oscar like Tyler Perry did a couple of years ago. When in reality, the awards don't mean nothing. It's about the fans and the people that support you. So, but the sellout aspect is when you're working for these corporations and they make you into a corporate entity and you get commercialism and you get endorsements, etc. Yeah, you're signed to what they want. So everybody's a work for hire. So when people start talking about it, you can't talk about it in a sense like it once was because you really don't own anything because they all have ties into you. You have to work with them directly. So what does it really mean and how is it and to define it? He gets what makes him look suspect is being perceived as a gatekeeper in Hollywood and being perceived as someone that, with everything that goes on, uh, he hasn't really channeled other elements of what to describe. Yeah, he was quoted as saying that when his son was young, he didn't want to tell him about racism and stuff like that. That's the kind of thing that when people find out who you hire to run your companies, that's why they call you a sellout. No one's gonna say you not as a corporate business. And there are people, when I say everyone, I mean you can't put a finger on entertainers and athletes and say because they're all working to get paid the crumbs that they get. And I do mean crumbs, because if a guy can give you $1 billion, he's made 10, $20 million off of you. But it's how you carry yourself. That's what makes Tyler Perry so frustrating, and that that he will do anything and be too happy. But in the light of the event, this is a sad situation that did occur. So there's nothing with that. But it's the choices that what he went through and the things he has said is why people are looking at him sideways, cross-eyed, and crazy. Not in light of this guy. Because if he had a reputation for, anointing and bringing people forth, people might not look at him. But then they look at him as just another cat that's basically a model in the window. So that's what's coming from. So, rest in peace to his former manager. However, I do understand why people look at him and refer to him as a sellout, because he really hasn't ingratiated himself into really being about issues. He really doesn't. Even with all black cast, his movies still come across soulless. I give him his due for tapping into the church, black church woman, middle age, and he's like a marketing genius with that. However, he did not really say anything. And he's not really viable unless he's Medea. That's just the fact. It doesn't work without him being Medea. And you can say whatever you want. There's reasons why there have been people that are indifferent to him. I respect his hustle. And he came up with something that worked. However, let's not act like, it ain't without people looking at it sideways. But anyway, tell me what you think. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another share. If you like, hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free, stay true. I'm out one time. Peace.